I'm going to try doing shorter pieces that will be put together into like a longer vlog. Um, see how it goes. So I've been doing my workouts. I've been consistent with the 3 per week. I think I have to count, but I'm pretty sure I just finished week 3, phase 2. So I have 2 more phases of the program, and I should be starting on phase 3 tomorrow, phase 3, week 1. And I gotta say, they are more intense. They're more focused. So phase 2 was more focused. When it said it was like legs day, it really was legs day. And when it said it was shoulders and back day, it was really shoulders and back day. We're in phase 1, everything was still kind of a full body workout. It was kind of hard to differentiate them. But I did the shoulder workout last night, and my shoulder injury has really flared up as a result of that workout, and I'm really debating what to do about it. I already have a few other kind of just like, I know it sounds weird, but my big toes don't bend very much, so anything that has you kind of starting in like a downward dog position, I really can't like do. I just can't balance that way. So like, for example, mountain climbers and squat thrusts, I really struggle to do. So I do a very, 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 very modified version of them when they are part of the workouts, which they have been the last 3 weeks. And then, so, like, I'm really on the fence because while my shoulder is really hurting a lot, it has hurt a lot off and on for like 11 years. I don't think I'll make it worse at this point, and it seems like with the physical therapy I have had in the past, using it isn't like bad. It's supposed to help like loosen it up and stuff over time, but in my experience, stretches help, but I'll have like a handful of months where it doesn't hurt as badly, where it's pretty easy to ignore. It still does hurt. It always hurts. It's always stiff. It doesn't really have the same range of motion as my other shoulder. But then, like, if I do a lot of activity, like if I bake a lot, or if I stir a lot, like if I make like mousses and things like that. Essentially, when I cook at the church, or when I do a one-off catering event, it takes about 5 days to recover from that level of activity. Which is why I had to get out of the culinary industry in the first place, was because I couldn't do it 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. It just was not sustainable. It was constant pain. There was no opportunity to recover, and I didn't have like any kind of real like insurance coverage for physical therapy or anything like that. Because it was technically a work-related injury, but like obscure enough that it wasn't really classified that way. Welcome to food service too. You never get any breaks about stuff like that. But the thing is, like, I already have a lot of strain on the daily lifting my children. You know, my toddler is like almost 30 pounds, and my infant in her car seat is at least 25 pounds. And I'm constantly carrying and lifting them. And now I'm adding on top of that these workouts that at least they're short, but like they're really setting off my shoulder. So it's making me a little bit nervous about re-entering the culinary world, because on the one hand, I'm already agitating it just like working out, which theoretically I'm going to have to continue doing for the rest of my life because it's what will keep the rest of me in shape. So why not also just be sore doing the job that I enjoy? On the other hand, do I really want to aggravate it worse? But the culinary job that's sort of possible right now, it wouldn't be full-time baking. It would be more training and supervisory kind of situation. So anyway, I'm just kind of verbally processing it, I guess, because I'm just feeling it today. And I'm debating, like, should I be... I don't want to skip the, like, shoulder-specific workouts, because not only is that, like, a third of the workouts, but I'm hoping it'll strengthen something. It seems like it's either going to make it better or worse over time. So we will see, I guess. I'm going to continue just doing the plan for the moment. But the pain keeps me awake sometimes, because I already am bad about going to bed early. But very few sleep positions, when it's aggravated, very few sleep positions feel okay. And then I wake up extra stiff. And by stiff I mean, like, there's a degree of just, like, it won't go certain, like, it won't do certain things until it's kind of warmed up. There are certain positions, like, when I went to physical therapy, they had me, like, I don't remember exactly how to do it, but, like, basically they had me put, like, my back to the wall, and, like, they had me do, like, this and see how far down I could go. And, like, maybe I can do it here, I don't know. But, like, doing the same thing with this arm, I can go all the way down. And with this arm, I can't. That's as far as I can go. So, like, that kind of is an example of the range of motion issue that I have as a result of this shoulder injury. It's not a rotator cuff tear or anything like that. That would be fixable with, like, surgery. This is something that just needs consistent physical therapy, and I've only ever been able to get the insurance coverage for about 5 months of therapy, which I did do. I've also tried the chiropractic route. I paid cash $900 for, I don't remember how many sessions. It was like 12 sessions or something like that. And it helped a little for a little bit, and then I couldn't continue, and it didn't, like, it just came back like normal. So every few years I can afford some kind of a temporary treatment that makes it feel a little bit better for about 3 to 6 months, and then it's kind of back to where it was. And I have a very high pain tolerance, so really the pain doesn't, like, stop me from doing things, but and I have to but I kind of have, there's, like, that instinct, like, oh, if it hurts, don't do it, but, like, if everything hurts, then you have to do it. So, and according to my physical therapist, like, even though it's a, like, repetitive motion injury, I'm not going to make it worse. It's kind of as bad as it'll be. So if I can stand the pain, then, like, I'm not going to make it worse by doing things, other than apparently, like, working out makes it hurt worse. So, but yeah, so when I wake up stiff, like, sometimes it's just a matter of, like, literal stiffness, but then there's also just, like, it hurts to do things until it's warmed up a bit. So, getting my baby out of the crib is really hard. Stuff like that. So anyway, I'm just kind of running into that hurdle with the workouts, but I'm still doing them. I just don't know to what extent I should modify and to what extent I should just do the actual workout and, like, suck it up. And some of it is I could take more painkillers than I do. I try not to take painkillers if it's the usual pain. I try to save taking painkillers for, like, if it's exceptional pain, or if I, like, need to be able to not be in pain for something specific, maybe. Because I feel like the more you take them, the less they work. I could be wrong about that, but, like, when I say painkillers, I mean, like, ibuprofen and Tylenol. I don't really take anything, like, stronger than that. But ice sometimes kind of helps. I think it's more, like, mentally. Like, I like to, it's like a placebo, because it's not a fresh injury, so, like, it doesn't help much. But heat, again, kind of a placebo. According to my physical therapist, heat's kind of pointless. Ice is sort of kind of helpful sometimes. So, anyway, so that's part of why I'm up late tonight, and I'm a little bit restless. Tomorrow I'm going to taste test something, and I've got a bunch of videos I need to edit, so that'll be part of it. And then today my best friend bought me this. I met her because we both managed to be child-free for like 2 hours, so we met and got groceries at the same time. And I saw this, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, that is so you," because daisies are my favorite flower, and pale blue is my favorite color. And so I like was just kind of ogling it, and I put it back, and she grabbed it and bought it for me, which was really sweet. So I'm very excited about that. I think I'm going to use that journal. As much as I would love to tell myself I'm going to write stories or something, I think I'm going to use that journal for my fructose-free recipes, because I've really started to get quite a collection, and I need to start writing them down or I'm going to forget some. It does help to have them somewhat archived on this channel, but there are also several recipes that I have just done like slight minor modifications that I have not like made into videos yet. So, like sometimes, like, I don't know, I feel like I need to like come up with like a shorthand system for recipes that I used to make that I just have changed like one thing, like switch out brown sugar for like plum preserves or honey, or applesauce or something like that. But that's what's going on with me right now. One of the littlest one is teething. So it's been a rough day. Just she doesn't want to be put down. I understand that. Can't blame her. But it makes the bigger one jealous, and then she wants to, you know, be held like a baby, and has a little bit of a sleep regression, and she's been walking around drinking out of a baby bottle. She's too big for that. But I know it's just like a phase and kind of like an attention thing, and I get it. But yeah, we haven't really, like, I was gonna take them to the store today, and like we were gonna like get out of the house a little bit, but it was just not gonna happen, because the littlest one just, I didn't want to put her through going into the car seat. She could barely fall asleep. Luckily, she's never been able to take liquid Tylenol, but it always made her throw up. But I ran out of the other kind of meds that I can give her, so I tried it, and she kept it down today. So I have that as a backup now, as much as she doesn't like it, and I empathize heavily. So hopefully that tooth will just come through really quickly. It's about time. She's had one tooth for like 2 months, and it's just like, I was like sticking out. But yeah, my toddler is precious and energetic and rambunctious and 100% 2 years old. 100%. It's non-stop testing me. Non-stop breaking, like, I don't know. I assume that consistently setting boundaries and enforcing rules and things like that is what, like, ushers them into the next phase. I know that some of it is just them growing up a little bit and getting a little bit of context and a little bit of a grasp of, like, cause and effect, but I also feel like some of it is, you know, some of it is just, like, you have to actually parent them, and that's what makes them grow into the next phase. So part of me kind of just wants to, like, hunker down and wait. But I know that if I hunker down and wait, it'll probably just last longer. And I'm hoping that somehow, like, the act of parenting is what encourages a toddler to move past the super duper duper just test every single boundary that exists. At the same time, she reminds me so much of myself. I have a good idea that she will probably never completely outgrow that instinct to question every limitation, every boundary, every rule, every convention. So to some extent, I will always be having to work a little harder to keep her on my team, I think. The youngest one is going to also be strong-willed in a different way. Also reminds me of myself a lot already. She's only like 6 or 7 months old. Try to keep it a little vague, but she's got a strong will and knows her mind already. So I'm curious. They're already very different, but they're so similar in some ways, and they're both just going to take a lot of energy to raise. So that's what I've been thinking about lately, with just parenting and such. My babysitters are out of town right now, So I have no relief for probably 2.5 to 3 weeks, because even when they get back into town, they're going to need to like catch up and recover and stuff. I am usually fructose free, but I saw this new limited edition Coca-Cola flavor yesterday, Dream World flavored Coke, and I'm a super taster. And I also just love getting to taste new things, so I'm not going to drink the whole thing because I am off fructose, but I'm going to have a little taste. And so is Jim.
Yay. I don't understand why they're making up like these fake flavors. Like,
yeah, like the last one was Starlight or something.
It tastes like. It
smells like orange Tic Tacs right off the bat.
I was like, it smells like some kind of candy I've had. It's really underwhelming. It's like pomegranate.
It's less carbonated than Coke.
Like a grapefruit or something.
It really tastes like somebody just put a bunch of the like fruity Tic Tacs into some carbonation.
Yep.
Kind of vaguely fruity. So yeah, pomegranate maybe. Like fake orange.
It tastes like really nasty, cheap candy you find at it's
local, candy flavored,
like, dark alleyway.
Apparently, a Dream World tastes like candy.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Generic fruity candy.
Really nasty with stuff too.
Mm-hmm. Or like if you put a whole handful of Skittles in your mouth without looking.
What are those candies that they kind of remind me of Lucky Charms, but they're not? But they're like little hard candy fruit. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm talking about? And get them, they're just like it's like a miniature lemon. Remind me of Runts.
See, when I was a kid, I would take Runts and I would put them in water and I would make tea because it would turn the water brown because it was like 10 different colors. And that is a lot like what this tastes like.
Yeah, it tastes like Runts.
So that's what the new Dream World Limited Edition Coca-Cola tastes like, is candy water. I'm going to leave the rest of this bottle for my mom and dad to try because we're in their house right now. Follow me on TikTok, please. Cakewise. I'll be doing little extra things on that.